Welcome back, guys. What's up, man? We're going to jump right into this. First and foremost, as always, thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for the comments. Just sharing my stuff, man. I appreciate it. So, man, if you enjoy these videos, man, go on and subscribe. Punch on that like button and share this, man. Share this with somebody that might need to hear it, man. I'm trying to reach as many people as I can, man. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. They don't have to watch it. It ain't nothing personal, but you know. I really enjoy getting the feedback that I've been getting. I enjoy doing these. I feel better after I'm done. It's truly a blessing, man. First and foremost, let me go ahead and thank God. Only by the grace of Him am I able to do this, and I am not a statistic, and I am not dead. And I'm sitting here on a video, making a video, and I am not having my family come to a graveyard and visit me. So rest in peace to all the people that we have lost due to this disease, man. And that's all it does, man. It's still kill and destroy, guys. I just want to talk about a few things tonight, man. I'm getting better with the editing stuff. I haven't really been editing the videos. I don't know. I've been getting some feedback. People like them the way they are, just raw and uncut, man. That was going to be the name of the channel, for real. So go ahead and give me a suggestion, man. What you think? You think I should keep it for what it is or should change it, man? Like I said, it's about us. It's just not about me. I'm nobody different, nobody special. I'm not better than anybody. I'm just on here sharing a little bit of my experience, strength, and hope with you guys, in the hopes that I might reach out and save somebody's life, or they might realize and start wanting to make a change, man. It only takes one person to plant a seed, and I think that's what our interactions are about. Is people, there's somebody to plant a seed and somebody to water it. It's up to them if they're gonna let it grow and make a decision to change or not. Like they say. Give it a try. Your misery will be gladly refunded. And it's true, man. I just want to talk real quick about, since yesterday I was sharing some stuff about, judging people and things like that. And I seen, some comments and stuff. And, it didn't. First off, it bothered me. Like, not now. It did. Like, it would have bothered me a long time ago. Because, I used to take things to the heart, man. And, but it's not true, and it's not it doesn't matter what somebody thinks about me, man, because I can promise you this, man, I've been called a lot worse, man, a lot worse. So I'm just going to continue to pray for them people. And people aren't always who they appear to be, man. Like, people can share an inspirational quote on Facebook all they want, but in reality, that is, if they're not living that, or they're not trying to do better, like they're just looking to blame people for the situation they're in, their life ain't going to improve, man, because I can promise you, playing the blame game, you're going to stay stuck. Like I said, man, I used to blame everybody for my situations, man. No matter what it was, I'd find somebody to blame. Yeah, we all got, like I said, man, every day, we all have a shitty story, man. And, unfortunately, I chose to cope with mine with drugs and alcohol, man. There's a lot of people out there that are, normal. They don't do drugs and alcohol, man. I commend you guys, because I didn't know how to live life on life's terms, man. But, I just want to talk a little bit about, being in a relationship, man, and, recovery and an active addiction, man. If you and your partner are using together and one of you decides to get clean, it's better. The best thing to do, man, my suggestion, it's only a suggestion, man, because like I said, I don't really know too much. But my suggestion, and this is from experience, man. I'm going to give y'all some game, man, just from experience. And one of you want to get clean, but the other one doesn't. The best thing you could do is love them from a distance. Get out and get away fast. Run. Because you cannot save them. Like, if you go to treatment and you come home, and you think you're going to save them or talk them into getting sober and, stuff like that because you love them, you're not. They're going to have you high before you have them clean. That is a fact. I'm not saying it is impossible, but from my experience and many, many others that, there's people that's been in active addiction long, they can attest to, they have to want to save themselves, man. And I can tell you this, like, a lot of times, from my experience and what I've seen, like, people that started out in relationships and active addiction, once the one or both get clean, you know, they come to find out that they don't even really like each other. The only thing that was keeping them connected was drugs and alcohol. You know, and it don't matter, like, if any situation you're in, if there's like free drugs there or cheap drugs there or easy access to drugs, you're gonna stay in that shitty situation because of that reason alone. If you're in a relationship, man, and like you gotta you know, the dude's always putting you down, vice versa. I'm now speaking, you know, it could be vice versa. You know, me, I wasn't good to people in my relationships, man. Like I said, I was selfish, egotistical, very prideful. I was angry. I was discontent. I was irritable. I was all those things, man. And I made everything about me. I'd put the blame on them. I'd make them feel bad about situations that they had no reason to feel bad about. I wasn't very good at loving somebody, and it all stemmed from because I didn't love myself, and that's where it began, guys. Like, so if you're in a relationship and they're constantly calling you names, they're constantly putting you down, they're constantly treating you like shit, like, listen, and they tell you they love you and stuff, and you know, they give you this and they're going to change and all that. They're not. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this. They are not going to change. Change comes from within, man. Like, yeah, it might get better for a while, you know, but it's not going to last. You know, and this ain't just my experience. It's experiencing things when I was a little kid, man. Because I'll tell you a little quick story real quick. You know, I told you I'm going to be transparent. You know, growing up, man, my mother raised 6 of us. Pretty much all by herself. You know, my mom was in a abusive relationship. You know, and she did the best she can. We were what would be defined in the dictionary as hostages. All of us. And, hold on a second, guys. Alright, sorry, guys. But, was in it. I don't even know where I was, but it was hostages. So we would leave. You know, we went from sleeping in a van to sleeping in a women's shelter. You know what? And I'm 36 years old now. I can still remember the smell of that fucking couch, and it smelled like a hen house in there, man. But you know what? Like, we didn't have nowhere to go. We was stuck. We was in a whole nother state where we didn't know anybody, no family. We didn't have anybody help. And my mom did the best she can. You know, I love my mom. Yeah, I'm a mama's boy. I don't care. Whatever. But my mom, you know, I know my mom loved us and she did the best she can. But getting back to that, the reason I say all that to say this is because, you know, he would promise her things. Hey, I'll change. It'll be different this time. I'll do better. I'll do this. I'll do that. And then she got us in her ear. Mom, we want to go home. You know, Mom, we don't want to be here. We want to sleep in our bed. We want this and do that. You know, I couldn't imagine now as I'm an adult sitting back now and I think like how the decisions she had to make and how that affected her. You know, so we would go back home, and guess what? Things would change for a while, but then they would go right back to that until we was able, you know, by the grace of God, to get away from it for good. But you know, my mom, I love my mom. She's the strongest person I know. She's the strongest. That's why I give you women the credit, like, and say you guys are like the strongest, most beautiful creatures on earth, because the things you can deal with mentally and, you know, spiritually, like, it's unmatched, man. So kudos to you guys. I'll get more into some personal stories later, but I just want to talk about, you know, like, just from my experience. You know, I'd be in a relationship with girls, and, you know, it was always I wanted something out of it, man. Like, I don't, you know, actually being in love, like, I've been in love before, and, you know, but the relationship wasn't healthy because I was on drugs, you know, and usually most of my relationships didn't involve them doing drugs, man. So I can't imagine how the shit that they put up with for, you know, for me, like the love they have for me, for the shit that I put them through. And, you know, I'm just saying, like, man, if you're constantly being, because abuse just don't being, dudes hitting you. It's physical, mental, emotional, all of it. And I was guilty of all those things, man. Like, I was not a good boyfriend, friend, any of that, man. All because I didn't know how to love myself. So how can I give somebody else love? And I'm not I try to always think about other people, man. I truly do today. You know, I'm learning to love myself. I don't believe you have to love yourself to love other people, but I do believe, like, you have to have, you have to know how to love, man. You have to be able to at least show it, And me, it's just I lost that ability through the numbing myself with drugs and alcohol, man. And it's when you're in a relationship with somebody on drugs, man, it's horrible, man. It's a constant battle. Nothing's. It's like you live in a whole nother reality, man. I would. Man, I'm telling you, man. One night, man, I took all the TVs out of my house, man, because I thought they were spying on me. Straight up, all of them got to go. Brand new fucking TVs, man. All of them had to go because they was all listening to my conversations, and I couldn't have none of that. Like, that's just where that, like, type of shit took me. And, like, she's in there like, Jay, man, what are you talking about? They're listening. Straight up, man, I was out of this world, man. And, I try to make light of the situations, but, like, I caused a lot of wreckage in people's lives, man. And, like, I had to take responsibility for that. A lot of it, people, like, I was in a relationship one time with somebody, and, they never did drugs, really. And then they got with me, and they started doing drugs. And, like, we talked plenty of times. Like, they're sober now. I got so much love for that person. They've been my friend for a very long time. I love them, more than anything, still to this day. And, like, we talk. We'll have conversations about that. And they're actually in the field now of actually helping, people like us. And it's a wonderful thing, man. Like, you never know the path you're going to walk, man, until you're going to walk it. But that's another thing. Like, you don't have to be an addict to do drugs to be a drug addict. You could have, tendencies, man. Like, if you're hiding things from your spouse, like shopping, you're going out shopping and you're hiding shit. If you're spending more than your budget, maxing out your credit cards to buy that new purse or new shoes or new hat or whatever, and you're not telling your spouse these things, like, I got news for you, man. Like, you're not using drugs, but you may be an addict, and that's facts. Like, you got to start looking at things like, because it's being, you got to think, addiction is just the obsession and compulsion to use a substance, But you can have obsession and compulsion for anything. A purse, shoes, hats, whatever. And if you're lying, manipulating, covering stuff up, blaming, whatever the character defects that you have or, you've acquired over your years of being manipulative, that's what, like, what makes me an addict is, once I pick up a drug, I don't stop until I'm in handcuffs. That's what makes me a drug addict. And then the obsession and compulsion, surfaces, and, it's right back to the races. The funny thing is like, and you know what? Like, addiction is, like, so cunning and baffling. Like, it lies wait and dormant. That's why I say, like, your secrets, man, will keep us sick, man, because it comes there. And, like, it gets you through other ways. It don't, like, necessarily, like, one time I was clean and I had the best intentions on doing the best. Like, we know the road to hell too is paved with the best, right? But So I was doing everything, I was staying away from people, places, things. That right there is so detrimental to your recovery. But you got to remember, like, you take you wherever you go, man, and you're the problem. I'm the problem, right? So, but I started, I'd be home early, and I knew where the relapse is coming because, like, I started staying out late, knowing that I'm on parole and I was supposed to be in the house at a certain time. So I'd start staying out late. So I started doing that, and then it was just like a big snowball effect, man. Like, then I was like, well, I get drug tested, so I'm gonna drink a beer because guess what? At that point in my life, I didn't think I was an alcoholic. I was just a drug addict. You know what I mean? So I started drinking. I like a Corona, man. And I like tasted beer, man. So I would drink a beer, 2 or 3 or 4, or a 12 pack, 24, whatever, man. And so I would do that, and I was okay for a while, and then all of a sudden, I woke up one morning and I had a hangover so bad, and I had to go to work or something, and my first thought was, Jay, I know how to cure your hangover. Let's go get a bag of dope. Let's just get one bag dope. And my addiction picked right back up where I left off. Within, I don't know, 6 days, I was completely strung out. I was back to the races. And the sickening part about it is this shit, your addiction picks right back up where you left off. So, it just goes to show you, like, this is an ongoing process. I will say that, everybody's recovery is different, man. So that's one quick thing I do want to mention, man, real quick, because this is, I think fellowship and, is extremely important, man, and taking accountability for the shit that you've done is extremely important. It's been extremely important in my life. Stop blaming, take accountability, take responsibility, and just start work. You can't change nothing you've done in the past. There's nothing you can change. The only thing you can change about the past is the way you feel about it. And you got to move on from that. You can't go back and raise your kids, man. It just can't. I can't as much as I want to. I love my boys. As a matter of fact, let me break that down. But, so, where was I? So, yeah, everybody's recovery is different, man. No two persons are the same. So, the worst thing that I see, man, is guys, and then this is for new people that's gonna, want to work a program, or, stay open-minded. That's importantly. Stay open-minded and be willing to try whatever. Okay, because your way is not working, man. And you can't be half in and half out. You got to go all in, man. All in. But, try different things. Don't let one meeting discourage you from, going back. Because, because that NA and shit is not a fashion show. It's not a place to brag about, you got a bought a house and shit like that. Or, and you being a newcomer, man, you're going to be the most important person in the room. Even though you're not going to see it. And trust me, these people are going to know exactly who you are, because this is what you're going to be like. That's going to be you. And it's all good, because people's going to recognize you. And I'll tell you this. You'll know you're in a good place when, at the end of the meeting, people come up to you and they start offering you suggestions, or they start giving you phone numbers, or they ask you if you're okay, or hey, do you need a ride home, or hey, or but you got to be you can't be afraid to speak up. That's what you need to be checking out. And but everybody's different, man. Everybody got different things. Everybody's there's a lot of good meetings out there. AA is extremely life-saving. From my experience, AA has been, just even the readings, man. It's just, I love AA, man. a big pusher into AA meetings. But keep an open minded. Try both. You know, don't go to one meeting and you decide you don't like it, because that meeting may not have been for you. You know what I mean? But you being there may have been for somebody else. I don't know. You'll understand what I'm trying to say once you get going more. But, you know, relapse don't have to be part of your story, man. And people will say relapse is part of. That's bullshit, man. Don't buy into the hype, man. You don't never have to use again. You don't never have to feel the way you do again. But it's going to take hard work. It takes dedication. And, you know, all the corny sayings that you're going to hear, you'll start to hate them because you'll realize they're true. You know, in the beginning, remember KISS, you know, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. You know, I'm an acronym guy because they're easy, you know, to remember, man. So, yeah. You know, I covered several different things tonight. I wasn't planning on being on there this long, but, you know, I just, you know, speak from the heart, guys. That's what my plan was to do, was put on my spirit to, like, make these messages, man. Like I said, I may not be everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine, you know, but you can give it a chance. You don't have to like him. You don't have to watch him. You don't have to ever look at him again. You know, it's not up to me to decide. But to the ones who do and who are and who will, you know, even the ones who's not, like, I appreciate you guys too. No ill will. God blessings. I hope you guys, you know, wishing truly the best. But to the people that do enjoy them, that wants to keep watching them, or, you know, I am trying to, like, look into different things to get a really good editing program and stuff to, you know, to make better quality videos instead of me just on here ranting and stuff. But, you know, my buddy Jay be like, nah, Jay, I like it just like that, man. But, you know, to each their own, man. But, you know, to everybody that has, you know, shared my stuff, liked it, subscribed, commented, it is truly a blessing to be sitting here today. I don't take it for granted. I do enjoy doing these. I get just as much out of it that you do. So I just want to thank you guys, man, and I appreciate it. And listen, it is important, man. If you're in a bad relationship, man, get out, get away, and don't go back. I know it's hard, but that is not love. People don't call you names or put their hands on you or make you feel unloved. You know, nobody's relationship is perfect, and there's going to be hard times. But that's not love, guys. You know, get away from it. Find yourself. You know, love comes from within, man. You know. But yeah, that's it. I appreciate you guys. Good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I appreciate y'all. And if nobody told you today that they loved you, somebody will.